Thanksgiving. There's a lot to be grateful for, particularly here with Virginia football. We're blessed to be at an unbelievable university. We're blessed to have players that have been invested in the process, that have been committed to each other, and then frankly, we live in the best state. We get an opportunity now this week to go play in a rivalry game, an opportunity to compete against a really talented group. A group that, again, will obviously play their best game. We're going to have to do the same. But again, happy Thanksgiving. We're excited to play some football this weekend.
How did the early season playing without Cam Robinson, how did that kind of prepare y'all? And do you think you're better equipped to do it now?
I hope that's always been the mentality. It's a next man mentality. We've been blessed to have a ton of great competitive depth. We've had a bunch of guys play at that linebacker spot, and we're excited to see the next guy step up with an opportunity to play really, really good football.
Landon Danley was one of those guys who stepped up. How much growth have you seen from him, and seeing him come in for Duke and then tying for a leading tackler of the game?
Yeah, Landon, he's what you want. As a young man, he comes into the program, played quarterback, played safety in high school. So his understanding and his breadth of what football is huge. And then what he's shown as a linebacker now in the ACC, he's been really productive. He finds his way around the ball. He's a good communicator, and he brings a lot of great leadership.
You talk about investing in the process. You have a couple of guys that are, Antonio Clary and Jameer Carter, they're veterans in the group, a little bit older. What have those guys meant to this program, especially coming into the last regular season game?
Yeah, I know it'll be an emotional game for a bunch of guys. You already hit on Clary, you hit on Jameer, James Jackson. You go down the list of guys that'll end up suiting up for the last time in Scott Stadium. And I know it'll be an emotional game, but the biggest thing for us is not to be emotional, but to be focused. And I know our guys will play great football because, again, they believe in the process. What they want to do is they want to put themselves in a really good position to make plays. But that's going to be able to channel that emotion so that they can end up playing really, really fast, play physical, and play between the whistles.
But what have they meant to the program, though? Because you guys came in and you wanted to establish the foundation. Those guys bought in pretty quickly. What have they meant for you guys to build that?
Yeah, I think when you mentioned, Jameer and James, both are two guys that have been elected by their teammates as team captains. And I think it speaks on their commitment to, wanting to do the absolute best in everything that they do. They're guys that not only are going to have, undergraduate degrees, but, one of them's got a master's degree here from Virginia. And when you have young men like that take that leadership mantle, you get an opportunity to, put a good product on the field.
Is it fitting that in order to get to Charlotte, you guys have to beat the Hokies? Is it fitting that it comes down to this rivalry game?
Yeah, it's a blessing. Anytime that you get to the end of November and you get an opportunity to earn an opportunity to play the next week, you feel like you've put yourself in a good position, regardless of who that opponent is across the field. We're going to be excited to go play, and obviously it's a huge rivalry game that we've got to go prove ourselves.
John, Tech has shown that they will run drones as much as they need to until the opponent shows that it can stop him. Have you faced another quarterback with his combination of size and running ability this season?
No, he's big, he's physical, he's got a big arm, he can extend plays in the run game, he can drop back in the pocket and can make all the throws all over the field, poses a lot of really good challenges, and but frankly have not faced somebody that of his caliber that can go win football games.
I think over the last 4 games, Tech's averaging like 238 yards on the ground. What have you seen from their running game over the last 4 games?
Yep, it starts up front. They're really good up front. They've got really good running backs. They've got a great mix of backs going. Really rotating 3 and potentially 4 guys at the running back spot. Each back brings a little bit different dynamic, which stresses us. And then, they'll run the quarterback. And he does a nice job of getting downhill, playing behind his pads, and getting nice yards after contact.
Is this the best running attack you've faced, and how important is it to try to contain it and make them throw the ball?
Yeah, I think, it is. It is the best running attack that we've faced, this year. Again, the combination of what they do schematically, their personnel, and then again, the stresses that they can create in the pass game make it very difficult to contain.
Antonio said earlier when he was in here that he thinks the reason your defense is so good is because guys are assignment sound and they're doing their job. Was there a point in the season where you saw that really kind of take root, where guys were just so focused on what their specific role was?
Yeah, I think the staff did a really nice job after the bye week, our first bye, of really looking and being introspective as far as what we do well, what matches our personnel, and then frankly, we've tried to simplify as much as we can, trying to have as much scheme as we need, but no more. And you know what? It's a testament to the young men that go out there every day, take advantage of the walkthrough reps, take advantage of their practice reps, and continue to maintain that focus to allow them to play their best football on Saturdays.
How do you find a balance, I guess, between James Jackson, Marcellus, and Danley with Robinson out? How many reps those guys play?
Yeah, I think we want to play as many guys as we absolutely can. Defensively, we've been fortunate in some games to play 22 guys that played over 15 snaps. And so if again, what we do is kind of look at it, and it's the situations. Situational football dictates a little bit of what that snap count will be. But it's it's always a unique challenge every week for us as a staff to make sure that we maximize each young man that we put out on the football field.
You're the only defense in the ACC that has 3 guys in the top 20 pass rushers in terms of sacks. How important has that been to have that kind of balance among the pass rushers?
Yeah, anytime you can get to that quarterback and make him a little bit uncomfortable, particularly put it on the ground, is huge. You just look at those guys. I mean, they've been so active, but what happens is they've been great technically, as far as being able to use their hands, keep their feet active, and then finishing ultimately on the quarterback. It allows you to get off the field on third down, and then also potentially on first and second down. If you can create one of those sacks, then what it does is it makes it a very manageable, position for the defense.
So I just saw my email inbox come that you're a nominee for the Broyles Award. Any excitement there? Nominee
Yeah,
for
no,
it?
shoot, I tell you what, you're the first one to mention it to me.
It literally just came in as you
Yeah.
walked in the room. I was
No,
like, I should
shoot,
ask him.
yeah, goodness, that's an honor, and but it's a testament to, frankly, the opportunity to work with a great staff and then to be around great players, and I'm just a product of the great players and great staff that we have.